Hello, how are you today? It is Shan Merchant from shanmerchant.com. I'm a relationship coach and an intimacy teacher, and I am shooting to you live today from Ibiza. Hello everyone. So today I wanted to shoot a little video for you about being charming when you are dating. And I love to be charming actually, so I thought I would share some of my best tips with you. And as usual, through a psychological lens, because my background is in psychotherapy, so everything I give to you, I'm always looking at it through the deeper psychological lens. So one of the most powerful things that I think in terms of actually greeting someone and meeting someone is to give them a really, really warm hello. And when I was thinking about shooting this video and what I was going to explain, I was remembering yesterday, and so yesterday in Ibiza I went to a lovely party in the afternoon, and I hadn't been there long, and one of the people at the party gave me this really warm greeting, and it really felt so good. I really felt it, I really acknowledged it, I was receptive to it, so I just really let it sink in. And I remember at the time thinking, wow, that just feels really, really good to be greeted in that way, in such a warm way. And so I want to really encourage you to do this. I want to encourage you to do this for all the people in your life, is to really, give warm hellos. And the other thing that I would say is, I also really like and remember a really firm, warm hug. I think that communicates a lot about your confidence, about your pleasure in meeting the person, and your interest, and you're really communicating that feeling of like that you're really, really pleased to see someone, but confidence as well. And so it's really communicated well with a strong hug. So I also want to really encourage you to do that. And out of all of my friends, I could I could go through, and I know there's a few particular people that are really give beautiful hugs, and I really love it when I see them. I love all of my friends, my tribe of people, but I always notice the people that give a really good hug. Because also, what makes people feel really good is for you to communicate your feelings, but in a really authentic way. And so, really having a warm greeting and a firm but strong hug really, really communicates that. The other thing that's super important actually when you're out on a date, and when you're around people actually, is your presence. So to be really present, and one of the most significant and profound things that a human being can experience is to be really seen and to be really heard. And this is actually a important need from childhood. Like, children really, really need this. They need that consistent, empathetic mother or parent that is really going to see them, is really going to hear them, and is going to affirm them, is going to appreciate them. And what happens is this really builds our sense of self and our self-confidence as a child. And as we grow up into adults, as we grow up into adult women, we still really need this. And that's why it feels so good to really be seen and heard by someone that you are speaking with, or you're out with them. And so it's really important to be really present to the person that you're with. And when I say be really present, that means like really good eye contact, and to practice the art of deep listening, to really listen to what that person's saying, really be interested in what that person is saying. And the other thing that I would say as well is to have empathy as well, to have empathy. And so empathy is actually about deep listening, so listening to what someone is saying to you, but it's about, you're almost like sitting alongside. So you're allowing that person who's sharing their experience, you might go and meet someone that you're dating, they might be telling you about their day, and so you're really listening to their experience and listening to their own unique feelings, allowing them to have their own feelings, but not coming in and sharing your own, coming in with your own experience or how it felt for you in your day. It's about really allowing them to have that space to share their feelings, and you can actually transmit your empathy without even saying a word. It can be in your eye, in your smile, your eye contact, where you're really listening to them, and that person who's sharing their experience is going to feel really heard, and they're going to feel really, really good at a deep psychological level. So so it's really important to allow that, to allow them to have their space and to learn how to listen deeply. And people often make that mistake actually of coming in and sharing their own experience, and what all that happens is it takes the person away from being able to have their own unique feelings and to be seen in that feeling actually. So what it does is it takes it away, and instantly it goes on to you, and so they feel not heard, they feel not understood. There's no like real deep connection there. So in order to get that deep connection, you have to allow them their space and not come in straight away with some opinion or your own feelings. The other thing that I think also makes people feel really good and is a way of being charming is to really respect their opinions. So in terms of, really listening deeply to what they're saying, having that eye contact, but respecting, what they say. You might not agree with what they say, but then you can say, oh, I really respect that, or I really hear that, so again, really transmitting that they're really, really heard. And then the other thing that I think is really powerful, and this is one of the most powerful things to being charming actually, is to smile. Like everyone loves a big smile, and just to really go out and wear that smile feels really, really good, and it's like really sharing energetically with others, the pleasure of being in your presence. And the other thing that I want to say just to finish actually is if you feel nervous, so let's say you feel nervous about all of this stuff, you're listening to my video and you think, okay, so socially I get a bit anxious, I get a bit nervous, that's a bit of a stretch for me to do that. So I would say practice on your friends. Let's say for you, giving someone a hug is quite a stretch, and you're not that comfortable with doing that. So how about extending that love and that charm and that appreciation to your friends first? So start practicing smiling a lot when you're greeting your friends, taking that risk, giving them a really warm greeting when you see them. Really practicing, the art of deep listening, really listening to them, practicing, listening to an experience that they might be sharing with you, but not jumping in straight away with your feelings and your thoughts. It's about really, offering that empathetic listening, which is really, really, really powerful. The other thing that just to finish with as well is I would say, like, be really aware that, and this is a very common one that comes up with my clients, is that, when you're in the presence of someone else, you instantly are projecting onto them, you're projecting, what you think they're feeling, and how they are as a person, and judging yourself in response to that, and often coming up short. So in this way you can feel, you can make yourself feel intimidated by someone, by something that they're saying. You might have a conscious, you might have an unconscious stream of thinking that's going alongside, when they're telling you something about their day, and so you're not attentive, you're not really present, because you're sort of caught in your mind, or you're projecting onto them and thinking, like they know so much, and actually, I don't know much about that topic, so then that silences you. And so it's really, really important to really bring your attention into the present moment, and to make a conscious effort to come out of your mind. And you might be going in out while you're doing this, but this is something you can practice when you're out with people, out with friends, out with colleagues, out on dates. So it's about really practicing being present, and so coming out of that thinking, which would just drive social anxiety for you. And the really powerful way to do this is to bring your attention to the breath and practice some conscious breathing. So just breathing and allowing your breath to just come into your body, and natural breathing, just really, focusing on your breath, and then really focusing on the fact of I really want to be present to what that person is saying, and I'm going to be I'm listening deeply. I'm listening to the small details that they are saying, because I'm interested in what they are saying. So that that is a really powerful way to to be present. So I hope you found this helpful, and I'll see you all again soon. If you like my stuff, also check out my videos on Facebook. My name's Shan Merchant. That's my profile to look for. Okay, bye for now.